So guys, we're about to go over the top 8 decks of the Richmond Virginia Regional. I believe it was over 300 people, 9 rounds. And as you can see, these are the top 8 decks from the regional. Now, this format we all know is going to be very diverse. There are so many decks that are playable in this format, and each deck has its own bad matchup. And that's why you see this top cut very diverse. So in 8th place, we have Shannon Baxter. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the guy that normally plays Mech Knight. He is playing Pearly. He got 8th place with Pearly. Pearly was a pretty popular deck from Nationals. Cash Tier and Pearly, we know, were pretty popular. But again, the format is changing up, and we are about to see way more diverse decks. Now, 7th and 6th place, respectively, were both Rescue Ace. We had Ryan Levine, pretty popular guy. I've seen his name before. And Michael Logan Kite, I believe his name is. Both playing Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace has gained a lot of popularity over the past few weeks since the new set has came out. A lot of people have been thinking about playing this deck, and this regional is really gonna change. It's really gonna dictate a lot of the format. Those first few regionals usually dictate where the format's going until a big event comes. So a lot of people are gonna look at these regional tops, and that's how they're gonna base the deck they play, because they're gonna assume those decks had the better matchups, because that's the only deck in the top cut that had multiple decks of its kind in there. 5th place, we had Garrett Crowley playing Cash Tier. I mean, what else can we say? It's Cash Tier. We expected at least one Cash Tier to be in the top cut, and that is what we got. So the 5th place deck was Cash Tier. We're not going to talk too much about that, because we all know Cash Tier is still going to be one of the best decks of the format, if not the best deck of the format. So moving on to 4th place, we have John Steven Logan playing Vanquish Soul. So Vanquish Soul is going to gain a lot of popularity because Jeremy Mitchell got 3rd place at Worlds with it. Not saying that Worlds has the same ban list as we have, but it's similar, and Vanquish Soul was untouched at Worlds. Actually, I believe they have 3 D-shifters here in TCG compared to the 2 they had over there. So Vanquish Soul is going to make a lot of noise. I do think we're going to see a lot of people playing Vanquish Soul just because of Jeremy Mitchell getting 3rd place at Worlds with it. Not saying, I do think it's going to fall out of favor later in the format, because there are some decks I was expecting to see in this top cut, and I do not see, like branded. I don't see any branded deck. I don't see any Dragon Links, but those decks they're good, but they're not great. Then 3rd place, we have Thunder Rees being played by Walker Gage Cox. Thunder Rees is a very frustrating deck because it's consistent but inconsistent. I know Jerome Adams has quite a few tops with it. He's still playing with it right now. A lot of people asked for his deck list before. He debuted with Nationals with it. Thunder Rees is still a very frustrating deck and has a lot of good matchups in the format right now. So that is a reason that I could see people playing it, because it just has a lot of good matchups, and some decks really struggle against Thunder Rees, and it doesn't lose to Cash Tier like every other deck does. 2nd place, we have Richard James, who was playing Labyrinth. Labyrinth is a deck I cannot stand. Unfortunately, is always going to be there. It's just one of those decks that if you don't know what to play Labyrinth, you'll get a top. That's how I feel about Thunder Rees and Labyrinth. I can't stand either one of them. But the most surprising is the 1st place deck played by Sean Taylor Washington, Solomon Great. Now, if you guys know me, I have a terrible matchup against this deck, and has been since it came out. I never like playing against it. And to see it win a regional at this point in time of Yu-Gi-Oh, when the deck was really considered not relevant, is crazy. I actually thought, when I seen the Solomon Great deck won, I thought it was the blessing, because he's known for playing Solomon Great and he's really good with it. But this right here is a shocker. I really want to see if people are going to start playing the deck more, because it won a regionals. But it may just, sometimes it's these one-off regionals that you have random decks that win. Well, guys, I'm going to do more of these top 8 videos. I hope you enjoyed it. As you see, top 8 regionals, Solomon Great came out on top and Labyrinth was second. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What are you going to play?